So recently, Acharya you too visited Varanasi, the birthplace of Kabir Sahib, and you have mentioned it a lot of times in your videos, the importance of these couplets, of these dohas. And so, me and people who are sitting over here and the ones who are connected with us through this online medium would really want to know about your visit to the birthplace of Kabir Sahib. Also, there's a seeker, Amarnath ji from Hyderabad. He's connecting with us. He's connected with us right now. And he has put forth this question that what is the real significance of these places, of such places for mankind?
One has a body, one has to keep it somewhere, right? When one visits a Kashi or a Rishikesh, then people ask, why did you go to that place? As if it is possible to keep the body in no place. Who are you asking this question? You are somebody. Somebody. You are somebody. You are embodied. And a body cannot just hang around or float around randomly beyond space. Body is space. A body has to be situated somewhere. It is obvious, but I must draw your attention to it. As long as there is the body would be at a particular time and at a particular place. Body and place go together. You cannot have a place where there is no body, and you cannot have a body that is not in any place. So one has to be somewhere. Now, why does one never ask in the same puzzled manner? Sanjay, why were you found at your office? Anshu, why were you found at your home? Kamlesh, why are you found in that room? Now, why are these questions never asked? How is it just very harmonious and agreeable in the scheme of things to be at a workplace or at a marketplace or at a residence? And why is it a special thing to be in Kashi? After all, one has to be somewhere. So it's just like asking me, why do you have a beard? Why should I first not turn around and ask you, why don't you have a beard? Just as the body and space go together, similarly the body and beard go together. Even women have facial hair. Most of them don't like it, but they do have it, right? If you ask me why do you have beard, I'll say, you too have the same stuff that I have in the bodily sense. But you never question your own situation. I want to ask you, when I was in Kashi for 4 days, why were you not in Kashi? Answer that. I made a particular choice because a choice has to be made. This body bag has to be kept somewhere. I have this cup in my hand. I have to keep it somewhere. So I kept it. That's one particular choice I am making. Before you question me on my choice, and yes, you are questioning me, it is not merely curiosity. If you will look deeper into your question, the question seeks to assert that one's presence at a spiritual center is a special matter, and special is abnormal, is it not? Now, how is it normal to be present on a chilly December night in your home, tucked away, nicely, warmly under your soft quilt? If that be your situation, are you ever asked, why are you here? It is supposed to be normal. But if I am at Kashi, it is supposed to be abnormal. You will say, no sir, we aren't saying it's abnormal. We are just saying it's brilliantly special. Why should it be special? It's a choice. You see, don't I have the responsibility of keeping this body at the right place? And why is that responsibility there? That responsibility is there because the mind has something to do with the brain. The mind has something to do with the brain. And you say, and everybody equally says, that the mind is restless. Restlessness has something to do with the mind, and the brain has something to do with the body. Please understand this. Are we all not restless? Is that not our central occupation? In fact, to keep restless? Now, restlessness has something to do with mind. Do you contest that? And the brain has something to do with the body. Do you agree? So, restlessness has something to do with the body. Are you getting it? This body has to be brought to a place where the mind gains a certain rest. That alone is the purpose of space. That alone is the purpose of the vast expanse of the universe. Hundreds of countries, thousands of rivers, hundreds of forests, innumerable locations, innumerable people. Cities, villages, seas, ravines, peaks, valleys. Where to be? Why is there such a wide spectrum of choices available? And mind you, one can be just anywhere. One can be just about anywhere. You could as well say that the number of choices is infinite. Why have so many choices been given? In the middle of all these choices, there is something called the right choice. And the right choice is not ecclesiastical. It does not belong to no space. It belongs to this universe itself. At every point in time of your embodied life, there is one right place where you must be, and that one right place will keep varying with time. But there are never two right places where you must be. There are never two right decisions. Your restlessness demands very, very delicate decision making. Body is space, and space exists so that you can choose rightly within space. People talk of belonging to the dimension of no place. Wistfully, people long for that dimension in which there is no place. Before you can belong to the dimension of no place, first of all, learn to choose the right place in the earthly dimension. Even in the earthly dimension, if you cannot choose the right place to be at, how do you hope to be admitted to the dimension of no place? Is that ever going to happen? Even in a basic game like that of soccer, the players must know where to be. Right? The second test match just concluded at Perth between India and Australia. I'm talking of cricket. Australia walked away with day one of the match, and that set the tempo. Part of the reason was the field placement that was not exact. The captain did not quite know where to place his men. If you do not know where to be, you will miss everything. Catches will come flying and not find you where you must be. Right? So if you're asking me why I was at Kashi, I'll ask you, why are you at Hyderabad? Because being in Kashi, I very well know why you are in Hyderabad, but being in Hyderabad, you will probably never come to know why I am in Kashi. If I am in Kashi, why are you at Hyderabad? Do you really love the Charminar so much? Is that the reason? Are you in love with the Hyderabadi biryani? What keeps you there? And this question must be asked. Don't say, but the answer is commonsensical. Don't say, but the answer is obvious. The answer is not obvious. What keeps you in that city? If you will realize that 1,000 bondages hold you to that city, then you too will run towards Kashi, because Kashi is the city of liberation. But till the point you do not realize what keeps you in your job, in your house, in your city, you will keep wondering, why does anybody ever go to a Himalayan peak or to the narrow, dingy, squalid lanes of Varanasi? Why must one ever go there? Hyderabad is such a smart city. And Varanasi is anything but smart. Why would anybody ever want to go to Varanasi? You go to Varanasi when you are fed up with your bondages. Not that Varanasi will give you freedom. I just said that Varanasi is the city of liberation. But it is not. It really is not. No city is the city of liberation. Then why are you in your city? Varanasi is not the city of liberation. True. Hyderabad too is not the city of liberation. Why are you in your city? You answer that first. I'll tell you why I keep a beard. But first of all, you tell me, why do you keep shaving every day? What keeps you beholden to your razor? You do something. I don't do anything. I just let the beard flow. We go to 1,000 places, don't we? And it never occurs to us that we must really investigate what motivates us to move from place to place. Since ancient times, trading routes have spanned across cities, countries, even continents. You know of the Silk Route. People were traveling so much. You know how the East India Company came to India. They came to trade. So people travel. Sometimes they are found in this city, sometimes they are found in that city. It is considered normal. Why don't we figure out why does the mind keep wandering from place to place? Why? What do you want when you relocate from one city to other? So a woman might get married and then she often, happily, relocates to the city of her husband. It is not questioned. It is not questioned because she is moving for the sake of the body. She is moving for the sake of convention. And then the husband gets a raise in his job and gets transferred to some other place. And that too is alright. The husband got a raise and got transferred from Gurgaon to Mumbai or Hyderabad. That is alright. One is moved for the sake of money from Gurgaon to Mumbai. It is okay. So behind every movement there is a motive, or is there not? Why did the woman move from Lucknow to Gurgaon? Well, she got married and the husband's body was there in Gurgaon. And marriage means that the two bodies must come together and consummate. So the woman just hopped over to Gurgaon. And then from Gurgaon the couple flew away to Mumbai. And that is alright. So behind all movements there is something that you want, right? You wanted the body, then you wanted the raise and the money, and then you wanted the worldly success. There are some places that are designed to remind you that all that you want is of no avail and would be of no avail. So I was with the participants And in the night we all took a boat. And then the boat halted for a sufficiently long time in front of the Manikarnika Ghat. And do you know how many funeral pyres were alit there parallelly? Not one, not two, not four, at least a dozen of them. 8 or 10 we could visibly see, and there were a few more not directly visible. And it was quite a spectacle. It was tourism of the highest order. So many boats had assembled there just to look at this marvelous sight of human bodies turning into ash and vapor. Would you get to see this in Hyderabad? You can move to Hyderabad for the sake of body or money, or because you have attachments and relationships and maybe old habits. You were born and brought up there, so you stay there. But there is no city that has really turned death into a spectacle. There is no city one comes to just to die. Kashi is one such city. Well, no place is special, mind you. Third time, please mind it. No place is special. But some places are designed especially. Kashi is designed in that way. Otherwise, all locations are just sensory. No location is one up or down the other. Kashi is designed in that way. If you go to Kashi for business reasons, you must be a very petty businessman. There is hardly any industry there except for some, handicrafts and such things. You cannot go to Varanasi for any genuine reason other than to be liberated of all places. So those who are attached to places must go to this one place to gain liberation from places. The funeral pyre is burning, and it's a December night. Somebody is having a nice sleep next to it. And then there are a couple of hungry dogs greedily looking at the next body in queue, awaiting the bonfire. They too want to get rid of the cold. And after they have had the heater, they'll also have the meals, barbecue, live, and mind you, organic. Assuming that the deceased was not a habitual consumer of coke and such things. There is nothing in that city prehistoric, old. narrow lanes, blocked by bulls. If you want to cross that lane, you must either be a super bull or you must bribe the bull or you must ride the bull. And if you think I am joking, then you may keep waiting till eternity. Because bulls are bulls. They don't want to give anybody the right of way. What's there in that city? Even to move 2 kilometers or 4 kilometers, you take half an hour or 1 full hour. The traffic is sickening. And people live in their old, fossilized ways. Many of them will not be able to keep up with the modern world. Even the Ganga river there is not pure at all. Its width used to be around 360 meters, just around 20-25 years back when I was in college. Now I learned that the width has reduced to 270 meters. But that place is designed to liberate. They say it is the oldest city in the world. And if you die here, then you are liberated. I do not know whether the ones who die there are liberated. But what is certain is that the ones who are too enamored with life must come there and watch the dance of death. Those who are dying there are doing the living a great service. The living get a chance to watch the train of death, the chain of death. One wave of bodies after the other. And you look at the religious personnel there, the pandas, and with such indifferent nonchalance, they go on doing their business. That's how existence looks at human birth and death. Indifference, nonchalance, like the face of the panda. The man is about to be burnt. The wife is beating her chest. The kids are wailing away. And the panda is expressionless. And he's saying, "Come on, be quick. There are 6 more waiting." Expressionless, emotionless. Almost like the river over which the body is being lit. Almost like the tree that is overseeing this drama. Nobody gives a damn. That's what Varanasi tells you. You go to other cities to get a great life. Now, if you are fed up of all kinds of great lives, then you can come to Varanasi to get a great death. But you'll come to Varanasi, as we said in the beginning, only when you first question why you are found in any particular city. You have to ask yourself, why am I found where I am?